A Fox News alert. FBI sources tell Fox News Digital that the man charged with assassinating Charlie Kirk was living with a transgender partner. Bureau officials confirmed that Tyler Robinson was in a romantic relationship with someone transitioning from male to female. They say that individual is fully cooperating with their investigation, claims to have had no idea of Robinson's plans, and is not currently accused of any criminal activity.
An absolute earth-shattering and bombshell update to the Charlie Kirk political assassination saga today. Kirk's killer, Tyler Robinson, lived with his boyfriend, a transgender activist, in Utah. Now, this has been independently confirmed by the New York Post, by Fox News, and also the President of the United States told Newsmax this morning. Fox News has been reporting on it on air. Ladies and gentlemen, a very bad day for those who tried to run a psyop that Charlie was murdered by a Trump supporter or by a right-wing radical. That is utter and total and complete fabrication of the evidence that is before us. Charlie Kirk's assassin had a trans boyfriend. He was called fascist by the shooter, according to the engravings on the bullets. Confirmed leftist by his friends and family. Confirmed leftist by top officials on the record, including the governor of the state. And he killed one of the most iconic conservative voices in American history. And yet leftists still claim that he's right-wing. These people have no shame, no integrity, no honor, vile and repugnant to their core. I have breaking news for you that I've just confirmed with the FBI. So I have spoken with FBI top officials who have direct knowledge of this case. For many people that are upset and angry about the lack of evidence or the lack of digital evidence that are released in situations like this, the one that comes the most to mind is President Trump's assassination, where Thomas Matthew Crooks was just a ghost. We've never seen chats. We've never seen Discord servers. We've never seen his emails. We've never seen his digital history. We don't know who he's speaking to. We don't know who radicalized him. He nearly caused civil war. And then these monsters were successful in murdering Charlie Kirk. The similarities are eerie, and I asked directly my FBI source, will we see information about groups, radicalization, chats, and histories? And they said, absolutely. I asked if this was a lone wolf, because that is what the authorities are trying to say about the Charlie Kirk assassin, and I was given this answer. That assumption is absolutely premature. This investigation is just beginning. An enormous amount of evidence has been seized, both digital and physical. FBI sources assure me that the public will know everything about the dark internet history, chats, and affiliations of Kirk's left-wing political assassin. The source then alluded to some online groups attempting to delete or destroy evidence. We have everything. We are focused on the radicalization element. The truth will not be hidden or buried or classified. The public will know. That is what the FBI has told me directly. It is, well, a wonderful thing to hear in these dark times. And how can I say that this is a Charlie Kirk's assassin is left-wing? Well, that's because that's what the people who know him the very best say. Suspect's high school friend says Robinson was the only leftist in the family. He was very hard left. In a phone interview on Friday, one of Tyler Robinson's high school friends say they asked him to remain anonymous. Suspect was pretty left on everything. The only member of his family that was really a leftist. So that he was extremely left and would go around school arguing with people and screaming at them. This according to The Guardian here, hardly a right-wing outlet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we were able to confirm earlier today, reporting here exclusively from Fox, that the assassin, Tyler Robinson, lived with his transgender partner. The individual who is a male transitioning to female is fully cooperating with the FBI. Sources tell me the FBI had texts and other communications from Robinson, and the individual helped FBI authorities actually solidify that they were indeed the shooter. So does this play out given the data? Charlie Kirk assassin lived with transgender partner. Partner is cooperating with FBI. Well, so this sort of stems back to Steven Crowder's initial reporting on transgender iconography and motive being written on the bullets. Charlie Kirk's assassin had a transgender boyfriend living with, definitely something a right-winger would do. Again, this is a massive blasted hole inside of the psyop that is Charlie Kirk's assassin was some right-winger. Significant swaths of online left have been working feverishly to misinform people of the subject. The shooter is a hardcore leftist, reported living with a transgender partner, Brooks Sigmund reporting. This is, of course, what broke all across the internet today. If the leftist reporting of Fox News, things are about to get crazy. More trans violence, a left-wing loon radicalized by Democrats. Talk of Hitler and his supporters being Nazis killed Charlie Kirk in cold blood. Couldn't be any clearer. They are the fascists that they so hate. Can we have this conversation now? Can't wait to hear how the assassin living with a live-in transgender boyfriend is actually proof that he was a red meat eating right-winger who just didn't think Charlie Kirk was conservative enough. That's what they're trying to say here. So they have come through and scraped the TikToks of individuals who have celebrated Charlie Kirk's assassination. They were able to find that there is indeed a transgender that Tyler Robinson's boyfriend follows on TikTok celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. Were they at all involved? I don't know. That's just what people are asking. But you can see that there has been no shortage of a mass left-wing celebrations, and there is now a direct connection. Now, I have heard directly from the FBI that the live-in transgender boyfriend is cooperating. Has turned over evidence and so on. But nonetheless, this reporting has now been played out and has been confirmed completely. The Instagram account that belongs to the transgender furry boyfriend of Tyler Robinson, the man who murdered Charlie Kirk. Bio says, friendly neighborhood licensed fish finder in the trans community. Fish is a slang term that refers to trans women in drag shows who pass well as women. So there is reporting that has been completely validated here. Changed their stream name from Lance to Luna and so on. I expect we'll get the full story. But people have identified the furry and or transgender live-in boyfriend or partner. So this is now, again, completely confirmed. And most importantly, cooperating with authorities. The FBI tells me, again, that, and this is according to the Daily Mail, Tyler Robinson's roommate who tipped off FBI is identified as family, refused to deny transgender motive. So the Daily Mail did some reporting here, and they asked whether this is true or not, and the family refused to deny it. Says, I don't want to comment on that because I'm not sure exactly of the situation right now, according to the family member. The most important part about all of this is that the FBI has told me that we will see everything, that they have everything. They even have potential evidence of someone trying to destroy evidence, and that won't be allowed. And that they are going to be giving we are going to learn everything that happened here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the latest, according to Fox News. Here we go.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Molly Line. This is Fox News Live. And we begin in Spanish Fork, Utah, where CB Cotton has brand new details on the investigation into Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin. CB, what are we learning this morning?
Hi, good morning, Molly. Well, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson is being held here at the Utah County Jail on suspicion of aggravated murder and other felonies. But state prosecutors say formal charges will be filed this upcoming Tuesday for the shooter's first court appearance, which will be a virtual hearing. The Utah governor has said the state will pursue the death penalty. But last night on Fox, he also said Charlie Kirk's family will have a say.
We believe very strongly that the victims need to play a role in these conversations. And so in the days that come, the prosecutor will be having conversations with Charlie's family.
Investigators revealed yesterday that Robinson either confessed or implied to being involved in the assassination while around family members who ultimately turned in the 22-year-old. According to prosecutors, Robinson had told family he didn't like Charlie Kirk, and inscriptions were left behind on the firearm and ammunition referencing fascism, obscure internet memes, and video games. The arrest happened after an intense 2-day manhunt where the FBI blasted out surveillance images showing the shooter on the campus of Utah Valley University moments before and after the crime. Authorities also say Robinson had a digital trail of Discord messages that detailed how he hid the weapon and needed to retrieve it. Last night, Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica, speaking out and vowing that her husband's message will only grow.
If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
And Fox has learned there are active discussions within the DOJ for a federal charge or charges to be brought in this case. Molly, back to you.
Certainly a key part of this that we are watching. CB Cotton, thank you.